the pandemic hit us so fast and so hard.
Expo was not built to be an isolation facility. So it's like setting up a hospital overnight.
If we were to give up from the start, I don't think we will be here.
I was held up at the job site. I wish his work didn't take him out the house.
So you'll not be in close contact with this person?
I don't believe so.
Is there any other symptoms that you have? Any fever? Just to be on the safe side, I think we need to do a COVID swab for you. I'll be putting in a stick into your nose. I'll be very gentle. If there's any pain, you can stop me anytime. After this test, you have to go home immediately. Results should be out within 24 hours.
A virus in that nature will travel. It's a matter of time when it comes to Singapore. When the first case hit Singapore, I think towards the end of January, we were already midway through our Fortitude development. We had close to 10,000 people coming to Singapore from Wuhan city alone. So we wanted to be proactive. We actually wrote to the Wuhan Center for Disease Control. We proposed to them that we will develop a diagnostic kit. Fortitude was the first IVD product for COVID testing in Singapore. In April, we rolled out the Resolute series of products, and that allows one to directly identify the virus RNA from a clinical sample. But the problem was we need to test a lot of people within a short period of time. The kit is designed in such a way that it's very simple for the ordinary medtech to follow. It's like a cake premix. As long as you follow the instructions, use the same recipes, you will get the same consistency. Typically, it takes about 7 to 9 years to develop a diagnostic medical device. In this case, we actually launched a product in less than 1 month. Doing science and technology can be extremely tiring, but it can also be super rewarding.
What does it feel like to be back here?
It doesn't look anything like it did when we set it up as a community care facility. Right now, it's just a huge, gigantic, empty space. It kind of hits me how incredible Singapore is to set up a community care facility from a space that was never designed to be an isolation facility in a week. It was all very time pressure. Yeah. It was under a lot of time pressure when we set it up. It was somewhere during March and April last year when the cases started to escalate and we started to realize that there was an outbreak of COVID in the foreign worker dormitories. The cases were increasing day by day, but the hundreds and over 1,000 a day. It dawned upon us that we needed a big space that could house a lot of foreign workers. We still have to monitor their vital signs like blood pressure, heart rate, temperature, and blood oxygenation. We have been working with IHIS to develop tele-vital signs monitoring. These are all devices. They're Bluetooth enabled, so they actually can communicate with an iPad or a tablet, and the information in the tablet can be sent to various different dashboards, which allows healthcare workers to be monitoring the patients. It reduced the infection risk dramatically just by merely doing it remotely and not the usual way where we do it face-to-face or in person. When you look at the instruction manuals for the BP set or oximeter, it's all words. We brought in design thinkers very early into the game so that they could actually relook at everything with a fresh pair of eyes and say, okay, we have to pictorialize everything. And so they had to create all these images that's never been created before, put them in an easy-to-read format so that the workers could kind of use it and follow the instructions. Because of the technology, we were able to take the load of the nurses having to do the vital signs monitoring so they can do all these other humanistic aspects, the art of medicine that we speak of for the foreign worker patients.
When are you coming out?
Tomorrow. Just doing this self-isolation for a day.
Okay.
Dear, I have a snack for you.
Can you help?
Yeah?
Please?
Okay.
I can't find the value of x.
The water that we pour down the sink or the waste we flush down, it all has a clue towards fighting COVID-19. If you have the virus, your stool and sputum will have the virus. In January, February 2020, EHI actually started evaluating different methodologies of this wastewater surveillance. This is started when the first case of COVID-19 actually hit our shores because we do have the prior knowledge from SARS in 2003. Wastewater surveillance actually is a very promising method. It targets both the wide areas as in the wastewater from the water reclamation plant and also the targeted areas like manholes of the dormitories. We'll be applying both ways and this provides a comprehensive and objective surveillance method. So for example, it's like a swimming pool amount of wastewater and let's say if you throw a goggles, that's actually the virus that's inside the whole swimming pool, minute amount. It's a rigorous process that we went through to actually determine how we could concentrate the virus in the wastewater so that we can target the virus alone more efficiently. The first breakthrough that we really celebrated is when we found out that we could actually detect COVID-19 via wastewater. What it really meant was we were able to guide the progressive clearance of the dormitories, allowing the migrant workers to go back to work. So I'm really very excited to be part of this project because the work we do has an impact on someone's life. As a scientist, we shouldn't fear failures. When we fail, we made sure that we weren't disappointed, make sure that we know the reason for the failures, and then we pick ourselves up and then keep trying.
Science and technology is part and parcel of life. Everything that you do, there is a science and technology angle to it.
The human element in the equation in science and tech is very important.
Science and technology is the future. It's ever evolving and it can solve lots of problems.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, Mr. Tan. We have the results of your COVID swab test.
COVID is a very disruptive event.
How can we use MATA to help our frontline officers?
It's normal for things to be uncertain.
There's always the potential to optimize and make things more efficient.
I feel that we shouldn't let this crisis go to waste.